Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. I'm very, very happy to welcome you to a new show titled Speak of Africa. Well, this is Prince Ojong. I'm speaking to you from Washington, D.C., the capital of the free and brave world. This is going to be our last show of the year. In fact, we want to take this show to thank all our subscribers. Thank you very, very much. Without you, we would not have really had a great show this year. But with your support, we've been able to have a whole lot of shows, and people are really showing interest in our shows. We've noticed that when we started, we had a limit of, say, 50% subscribers of all the viewers. But as of today, we've noticed that 85% of you have become subscribers to the show. So we say thank you very, very much for the support you're giving us. Probably 15% of you have not yet subscribed to the show. Please subscribe to the show because we want that each time we upload a new video, you should be aware of what is going on. This show is like a family. We're inviting you to participate. If you don't participate, then you are left out. So please don't feel left out. Come in. We want you to participate. So instead of having 85% of viewers who are subscribers, we want to have 100% of viewers who are subscribers. So please encourage your friends to subscribe to this show. When you subscribe, we reach you and you reach us. So we want to change things for 2022. This is going to be our last show, I keep saying. So we want the new year to bring prosperity to you and your family, and we wish you the very best. We also want to thank our viewers, those who have been watching us from afar and saying, we love your show. Please continue loving the show and suggest ideas for improvement next year. Okay? Then those who have watched the show and they have become our customers, we cannot thank you enough. You are really helping us to finance this show because when you do business with us, you pay us. We use that money to produce this show. So we say thank you very, very much. This show is against a lot of dictators. So of course, you know, they cannot finance us because our message is against them. So those who are really supporting us, who are in business, we thank you sincerely. You're getting a whole lot of help from us, and we're going to help your business to even become more prosperous in 2022. In fact, we're really ready. In fact, I know some of you have been reading my book, The Miraculous Millionaire, and I appreciate it. I've noticed that more and more viewers are going to Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble. You are picking up copies of the book. You are reading it, and you are calling me and telling me. When you read the book, if there's anything you want to know, let me know. Next year, I'm going to start organizing some webinars on Zoom so that those who really want to participate, like they want to get into business, talk about business issues, they can always participate during our Zoom meetings. So I'll be sharing the meeting IDs with those who are interested so that we can talk. And we'll try to expand the numbers. So we'll just be like an investment club. We'll be sharing ideas that can help you do better. Okay? Then those who are really starting businesses, we told you last time, when I was in the PhD program, there was a writer I liked a whole lot. His name is Tom Peters. He came up with a book titled In Search of Excellence. He pointed out 8 major points that a good business needs to have. Those 8 points have always guided my business success because I look at what Tom Peters recommended. Of course, Tom Peters used to work for McKinsey and Company. When he published this book, it was a popular book in all the business schools all over the world, not only in America, In Search of Excellence. I read the book many times and I liked the ideas. That's how I came across McKinsey and Company. Later on, I found out about Bain Capital and Boston Consulting. So all these big firms have information that we want to share with you. So as Africans, 2022 has to be far better than 2021. So please, wake up and let's move. This is the only way we can free our continent. Okay? The book review of today, we've already chosen the book you have to read. Okay? Tom Peters' In Search of Excellence is one book which I encourage you to pick up and read. You'll get 8 points that a good business needs to have. In search of excellence surveyed the best performing companies in America. Then it identified the 8 core principles that make up these companies, their values, okay? So in addition to In Search of Excellence, I want you to read another book on Africa. On this show, if you look at all our shows this year, we've been talking about the Scramble for Africa. That's a dominant theme. That is a recurring theme. We say it in different words, but we'll continue talking about the Scramble for Africa. How Africa was lost. How the independence of Africa was lost. The Europeans, especially Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Portugal, and Spain. Those are the main countries that were really involved in the Scramble for Africa. Africa was like a cake to these countries. They divided it up and they swallowed it up. It's true. Some people ask me, why did the African kings did not resist? In fact, if you study African history, our kings resisted, but they were overpowered. The white folks had better technology. Most of our kings had just bows and arrows, but these guys had the Remington rifle, which was better technology. They could stand far away and shoot and kill a whole lot of our people. And our people were just mesmerized by the awesome power of these Europeans. Initially, the Europeans came with polite diplomacy, then later on, they brought the guns. And that's when a lot of our people fell and they were overpowered. So it's a lesson for us to learn as Africans. If we have to win the future, we have to win with technology. We have to change our education. Instead of keeping colonial education, we have to introduce functional education. Education that can help us export technology. We have the brains because a lot of Africans are smart, but our leaders are useless. They are not leading us. They are pushing us behind. So we need new kinds of leadership. Youth. The youth should now emerge as leaders of tomorrow. The old people are useless. They cannot really help Africans. So when you look at even the themes we're going to have on the show of today, they're going to tell you the same thing. So let's look at Africa in 2021. Let's look at much of what has happened. The most important subject we're going to focus on. In 2021, you'll notice that there's so much protest and power conflict going on in Africa. You take a look at Ambazonia. So much protest going on. We've reported a whole lot about Ambazonia on this show. You know it already. Ambazonia is a new country. The people from Paul Biya's French colonial regime call it un pays fantôme. But this country represents the aspirations of the people. So you can see Sisiku Ayok Tabe. Finally, some of the power mongers have now come to decide that, okay, we think we really appreciate the leadership of Sisiku Ayok Tabe. We cannot really take away his crown. So let's just sit quietly because we'll fail. So it took a whole lot of convincing. The people are realizing now that some of these jokers cannot really take the place of Sisiku Ayok Tabe. So we say, Happy New Year to Sisiku Ayok Tabe. Then, it's not only protests in Ambazonia, you have protests in Sudan. The people of Sudan are still protesting the power grab by their military. Even though the military made a backroom deal with the prime minister, the people are not happy. They are still protesting because they are not happy with the status quo. They want the military to return to the barracks. So the protests are going on. Even in Nigeria, we've reported a whole lot of protests, as you can see. The Lekki massacre resulted from a protest. And we've been talking about it, so you know about it. So the protests are everywhere. So that's one of the key themes that will be happening on this show in 2021. Then, another theme too, we've been talking about the rule of law. When there is the rule of law, there is democracy. And that's what is lacking in a lot of Africa. Okay? We've been talking about the rule of law. In fact, in 2021, we had over 12 elections. So elections are also another characteristic feature of 2021. Africa had over 12 elections, okay? And you know the elections took place in a lot of countries, Niger, Benin, and many others. But the problem is a lot of these elections were not free and fair. So they created a whole lot of problems. After the elections, there was a lot of chaos. Take, for example, Chad. The president of the country died just a few days after the elections. So if the election were free and fair, I don't think he would have died, because the people did not really participate in this election and they felt it was a fraudulent election. So they decided to kill Idris Deby of Chad. Okay? So that's another feature of our 2021 countdown.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where it's born, he even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
Then you're going to notice also in 2021, another theme that really dominated, it's COVID-19. And we're going to talk about COVID-19 a whole lot. And we really thank South Africa, because South Africa was really used as a victim recently. The US government banned travel from South Africa, but it looks like the next few days they're going to uplift the ban, because South Africa has done an excellent job to handle the problem with Omicron. Okay? So this is what we expect other African countries to do. South Africa was very transparent from the very beginning. Unlike China, Kung Fu China, South Africa explained what was happening in their country. They did the test, then they found out that there was the emergence of a new virus variant called the Omicron. But the other countries in the developed world slapped South Africa in the face and banned travel from that country. We thought it was unfair to South Africa, but we love the way Cyril Ramaphosa handled the problem. He went back to work with his people, then they brought the numbers of Omicron back to zero. So this is a salutary approach to dealing with a problem. Once again, we thank Cyril Ramaphosa. Then, of course, we also mark the loss of a lot of important people. In fact, as I was coming out of church this afternoon, I received the bad news that South Africa has lost a very important person, Desmond Tutu. Of course, all of you guys know Desmond Tutu as an architect of the new South Africa. He fought valiantly with Nelson Mandela, Mr. Sisulu, and others to bring about black rule in South Africa. He died today, and we think we have to salute him, because he has done a whole lot of work to unify his country and to bring about freedom for blacks in this part of the world. What ACNC needs to do now is to clean up its act and work to bring about economic empowerment for black people. So that's another feature we see. In terms of loss of lives, we also want to draw your attention to John Magufuli, okay, of Tanzania. That was also a big loss. He also died of COVID. We've told you that COVID has been a major theme the whole year. John Magufuli died of COVID, and that's not really good. Then we've also been reporting a whole lot on Zambia. Zambia Shall Be Free. Remember that book by Kenneth Kaunda? We also lost Kenneth Kaunda, the first president of Zambia. Okay? So that was a big loss, and we really felt bad. Then what about our friend in Congo, Congo DRC? Congo DRC too has a whole lot of stories. There's trouble. In fact, you have our friend from Rwanda who is making friends with Felix Tshisekedi. But it looks like the people don't really like it, because in the east, the ADF, which is a Muslim rebel group, has been fighting the Congolese government and the Ugandan government. So this week, we also received a lot of news that a lot of people were killed in the Beni area. Then even in the Goma area, there were also protests, because the people don't want the presence of Rwandan police. In the past few weeks, there was the military of Uganda in the country to fight the ADF. So this country is very, very weak. Felix Tshisekedi has come to power for a while, and we've been thinking that he should really do a better job of building a new military. But it looks like he too is really weak. He has not been able to build a better military for his country. His country relies on the military from Uganda and Rwanda, to the dismay of his people. This is all a shame. The elections are coming in this country very soon. In 2023, they will have presidential elections. And already, Maurice Katombi, we've talked about Maurice Katombi in the past. I think this week, he was in Kisangani, speaking in Swahili. He is also launching his new party because he wants to participate in the elections in 2023. Felix Tshisekedi allowed him to return to the country. He joined Felix Tshisekedi's party, but it looks like he wants to break away and run for president. We knew he would do that because he's a very ambitious guy. Joseph Kabila had kicked him out because of his ambition. Maurice Katombi, as you guys know, used to be the governor of Katanga. Katanga is a rich province dealing with mining. They were very, very rich in that, and he handled that province very well, and the people like him. So he's thinking about running for president. So that's going to happen again, and we think the people are having aspirations that probably he may do a better job. If he can do a better job, then we think they should give him the chance. But the only problem is this election going to be free and fair? We don't know, because already the Electoral Commission is teleguided by Felix Tshisekedi. So already the Catholic Church even thinks it will be difficult to have free and fair elections in that country because Felix Tshisekedi will be controlling the Electoral Commission. Is this a good sign? We don't think this is really a good sign. So these are the issues that are really hampering democracy in Africa.
Now more than ever, it is critical that medical facilities utilize modern, reliable electronic health records. Introducing Alexia HTC, the innovative, affordable online solution for physicians and patients. Doctors' visits, diagnoses, prescriptions, and billing have never been easier. With Alexia HTC, you can work more efficiently with the integrated flexibility medical professionals need today. Schedule a live demonstration. Call or visit us at alexiahtc.com.
Then another feature of the lack of democracy in Africa, which is in review in 2021, is the emergence of coup d'etats. This year, so many coup d'etats have returned to the continent. You had coup d'etat in Guinea, you had coup d'etat in Mali, you had coup d'etat in Chad, you had coup d'etat in Sudan. So the coup d'etats are proliferating again. It's like, what really happened? Well, what happened is our people have pushed back. The leaders have seized power and they don't want to leave. And that's what creates a fertile ground for coup d'etat. Whenever there's illegality, it's easy now to have coup d'etats in the country. So we've been singing that, please, if we can have the rule of law, it's really going to help us a whole lot to really avoid a lot of these coup d'etats. But dictators don't listen. Instead, they don't like it when people like us come on the air and we talk about the need for democracy in Africa, the need for change in Africa. Okay? So they don't like it. Because if they can do this, Africa will probably emerge as the best country in the world. Okay? When I say the best country, don't say I don't know Africa. There are many little states, but we want them to become one united state of Africa. Farrakhan has a video, which we're going to share with you, where he speaks about the need for a united Africa. The OAU was formed with the idea that Africa should be one country. But because we have too many small countries, it's difficult for these countries to be able to do much to help their people. So we need to revisit this vision of the United States of Africa.
Kwame Nkrumah Osajifo from Ghana, he was the first man to lead Ghana out of British control. And Osajifo Kwame Nkrumah had a vision that he got from Marcus Garvey. So you have the Black Star in Accra, that came with Marcus Garvey, the Black Star Line. He said he wanted to see the United States of Africa. Gamal Abdel Nasser had that same vision. Well, I was with Muammar Gaddafi when Gaddafi insert in 1999 advanced coming out of the OAU to the African Union with a vision of the United States of Africa. Muammar Gaddafi spent, listen to me, billions of dollars to create the African Union. Did you know that Gaddafi gave $300 million and the other African nations gave $100 million to put up a satellite so that we who call Africa don't have to go through Europe to get to Africa? And Europe was getting $500 million a year just by our telephone calls to the continent. Now we can call directly to Africa, and that $500 million is in the hand of African people. Did you know that Muammar Gaddafi was setting up an African development bank with $70 billion in the African Development Bank from Libyan oil money? That we would not have to borrow money from the IMF and the World Bank at these exorbitant rates. Zero interest under Islamic non-usury teachings. I just left St. Kitts, and in the island of St. Kitts, he was going to set up a Caribbean Development Bank. He told the Prime Minister there, and he was going to put $1 billion in that bank for Caribbean development. Why do you think they killed him? You think they killed him because he killed his people? Hell no. They killed him because, listen to me real good. You touched my nerve with that question. Did you know that in Libya, nobody is homeless? Listen, everybody in Libya has either a home or an apartment. They call it a flat. Did you know education in Libya is free from kindergarten through college? And did you know that if a Libyan wanted to come to America to be educated, the government in Libya paid for their education? Did you know that? I was there when he opened a $500 million hospital with 18 theaters for operation. I was there, and we went when he was making their own medicines. See, this was a man that gave free medical attention to all the citizens of Libya. And if Libya did not offer that kind of medical attention, they could fly anywhere in the world and get it, and the Libyan government would pay for it. Did you know that? No, you didn't. Did you know that from the oil money, every Libyan citizen got a stipend every year? And did you know that that man had no debt? Everything in his country was paid for. See? Now, when you got a man that did that for an African nation and was trying to do that for all Africa, how do you think Europe felt about it?
Africa has people who are talented. What they are lacking is good leadership. When you look at places like Singapore, they don't even have minerals, natural resources like Africa. Africa has natural resources. And Africa has also human resources. But our leaders are not really harnessing these human resources. As a result, there is brain drain. There's a video one of you sent to us which shows you that if we had the right leadership, Africa would have been the best. A whole lot of trouble in Nigeria, insecurity under Buhari, and some of the people are saying Buhari should step down. Yes, they are saying he should step down because in spite of the fact that Nigeria has the most talented people, we are seeing a country that is breaking apart. There is insecurity everywhere. And we really want to air this video in entirety because it's a very long video, but we think it's like a comedy. Vladimir Putin of Russia asked this African guy from Nigeria, he said, "Where are you from?" The guy said, "I'm from the best country in the world." He said, "Which is?" Then the guy asked Vladimir Putin to guess. He said, "Guess." He said, "Nigeria." And the guy, he said, "No, I don't think Nigeria is the best country in the world. Look at all the shit stuff about your country that Trump talks about." Then the guy had to remind Vladimir Putin that, "No, let me show you a video, a showcase of my country, Nigeria. See what potential Nigeria has. See the talent that Nigeria has." Let me let the guy air this video in its entirety for you before I continue.
A Russian saw me in my office and said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from the greatest country in the world." He looked at me with a very strange look and said, "Let me guess, you are from Nigeria." I said, "Yes," out of curiosity. He said, "Considering what is happening in your country now, why would you say she is the best in the world?" And I asked him to sit down and let me tell him what he and most people don't know about great Nigeria. And I told him this. Are you aware that all over the world, Nigerians are setting the pace and becoming the standard by which others measure themselves? Do you know, in the United States, Nigerians are the most educated immigrant community? Type it into Google and you'll see it. Not one of the most educated, the most educated. 60% of Nigerians in the United States have college degrees. This is far above the American national average of 30%. Nigerians in the United States are one of the highest earners, typically 25% more than the median United States income of $53. In Ivy League schools in Europe and America, Nigerians routinely outperform their peers from other nations. A Nigerian family, the Mafidon family, have officially been named the smartest family in the United Kingdom. The designer of the famous car, Chevrolet Volt, Jelani Aliyu, is a super talented Nigerian from Sokoto State. The world's fastest supercomputer was designed by world-renowned inventor and scientist Philip Emeagwali, a full-blown Nigerian whose patency was awarded in 2015. This means Nigeria has the patency to the world's fastest computer, a Nigerian. The wealthiest black man and woman on earth are Nigerians. Aliko Dangote and Mrs. Folonsho Alakija both have no trace of criminal records of any kind. South Africa couldn't have ended apartheid and achieved black rule if not for the leadership role Nigeria played. Of the 3 South African presidents who ruled after apartheid, 2 of them once lived in Nigeria under asylum. Both Nelson Mandela in the 60s and Thabo Mbeki in the 70s lived in Nigeria before becoming president of South Africa. We gave financial support, human support, boycotted an Olympics, and our politicians, musicians, and activists campaigned relentlessly. Nigeria spent over $3 billion and lost hundreds of soldiers to end the wars in both Liberia and Sierra Leone, which the world ignored because they have no oil. When there was a coup in Sao Tome and Principe in 2003, Nigeria restored the elected president back to power. before there was street lights in European cities, ancient Benin Kingdom had street light fueled by palm oil. 500 years ago, Benin casted metal alloys to create magnificent art, including the world-famous Queen Ida mask. Amina was a warrior queen who ruled Zaria Emirate in Kaduna State, northwestern Nigeria, 400 years ago in 1610. Google and see what she means to Africa. We gave monetary gifts to Ireland during our oil boom and built a statue for France, free of charge. We are not poor blacks. Nigeria is rich and don't be lied to. The first television station in Africa was NTA Ibadan in 1960, long before Ireland has the RTE station. Wherever you look in this great country, Nigeria, heroes abound both now and in our recent and ancient past. If all you do is listen to mainstream Western media, you will not get the full and true picture of your Nigerian heritage. Do not listen to any leader who says Nigerians are criminals, no matter who he is or his height and position. We are not a nation of scammers, drugs and corruption, but a people with a verifiable track record of greatness. Here is what CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera and Western media will not tell you about Nigerians. On the 7th of May 2016, at Howard University in Washington, D.C., history was made. Out of 96 graduating Doctor of Pharmacy candidates, 46 of them were Nigerians, and out of 27 awards given, 16 went to Nigerians. The entire world still envies our uniqueness as a nation, living together despite our ethnic diversity. One single country with over 400 languages. They will only tell you how Nigerians are scammers and cheat, how Nigerians are into drugs overseas. If you don't blow your trumpet, no one will blow it for you. Viva Naija! There are over 180 million Nigerians world over, and only about 25% of this figure have traceable criminal records. This is about 0.14% of our entire national population in the last 20 years. Nothing close to 1%. Shame on global media. Nigeria took care of Ebola with no help from other countries. United States of America have sent delegates to Nigeria to know how we did it with our own resources. Listen, Nigeria, don't let anybody woo you into believing that you are a criminal just because you are a Nigerian. Nigerians are not criminals. You are not a criminal. You are top-notch, second to none around the world. I am proud I'm created a Nigerian. Thank you, God. Be proud of Nigeria wherever you go. Take out your passport with pride. He couldn't talk and just walked away. I am proud to be a Nigerian and be from that country. God bless the Federal Republic of Great Nigeria. Be proud of your country like I do. Please continue sharing this until all Nigerians see it. God bless you.
Thanks for watching this video in its entirety. We think we've come to the end of our show of today. We will ask you to support this show, subscribe, and join us in all our business ventures. We want to help you turn 2022 into a year that you become financially independent. Call me 240-350-1131. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.